Hey friends, thanks so much for being here. We really just treasure the time that you give us for each of these episodes, and your sweet comments and DMs are just completely life-giving. If you would be willing to write a review with all of those generous words, it really helps get the word out about the podcast, and then more people can have full hearts just like us. So today's episode, the springboard, comes from a conversation in a podcast. Kathy Heller presents Don't Keep Your Day Job podcast that I've been listening to for over 2 years religiously. She's interviewing Terri Cole, and when I tell you guys, this episode is so good, I have literally listened to it 6 times, and I would love for you to take a listen and, pause this right now, go to the show notes, look for the link to the episode. There are actually 2 episodes. Kathy interviewed Terri a year ago, and I listened to that episode about 10 times. It's really so good, and I loved it, and I feel like her explanations of her principles are just so much better than what I try to say in our springboard. And although I trust you will get exactly what you need out of my conversation with Jane, I really encourage you to listen to these other episodes from Terri Cole and look at the things that she's working on. She's written an amazing book called Boundary Boss, and it's just, anyway, as you know, I say all the time, it's just so good. So I hope you enjoy the episode, and we'd love to know what you think. Hello, Jane.
Good afternoon, Wendy. How are you today?
Oh, I'm amazing. It's such a beautiful day. How are you?
It's a really beautiful day here too. Not that I've done that much, but I've prepped dinner. I've got this big, beautiful chickpea, feta, pistachio, quinoa, parsley salad that I've been making, which is
Yummy.
so delicious.
Sounds delicious.
Actually, Jennifer Aniston's salad.
Well, she gave us great hair, and now she gives us a great salad. Thank you, Jennifer.
Yeah. And when I first made it, I wasn't going to tell anyone it was Jennifer Aniston's salad. And then I thought, why the heck not? I mean, it's a great salad.
She obviously eats salad.
Yeah. She probably just eats the salad. I've marinated chicken fillets to go with it. I've got Pete's tomatoes from the garden with beautiful burrata and basil and olive oil and balsamic, and we're grilling courgettes on the barbecue as well. So it's not just Jennifer's salad, but it is the most delicious salad. So I've made that, and I've been in Rouen, and that's about all I've done today.
Oh, that's beautiful. It's Tuesday, so I have my flower CSA customers pick up their summer bouquets on Tuesday morning. So that's been very fun, just seeing what magic is coming out of the garden. And I don't know if your hydrangeas are doing this. Mine do this, but I feel like I'm more present and mindful this year with what's going on in the gardens. And I have one section that are very beautiful pale pink. I have one section that are gorgeous deep blue. And then around the house, I have white. And I know that the soil content and minerality, etc., keeps everything in their color. It's so fun to watch. As the season goes on, the light pink ones are turning champagne color. The blues are fading to a deep purple and then lilac. And then the whites are turning this beautiful sage green. And it's so gorgeous. So I'm loving putting together.
I'm looking around the room.
Yes.
Because I have, I keep hydrangeas in pots in the house.
Yes.
So there are
beautiful
ones that are going champagne. Over in that corner are my blue that are going more of a lilac color.
Oh, so fun.
And in the front entrance, I've got white ones that have gone that beautiful, beautiful sea green.
Yes. So fun. Yep. We're the same.
Exactly the same.
I love it. So I love that.
Are we that surprised that we're in sync?
We are not surprised that we are in sync.
Mm-hmm.
That's so fun. Hooray. I just love you fell.
Yeah. I've got you all propped up on Michelin guides this afternoon.
Probably my favorite tripod is a bottle of wine with a big fat elastic band around it holding my phone. Yes. Because then it's not going to tip over and I can lift.
I have the perfect tripod, but sure. That would require me having it charged.
Correct.
And also my 30-year-old son not pinching it for his own purposes.
Right. That's what happens when you have a perfect tripod.
Mm-hmm.
It's very desirable. Well, speaking of desirable, I'm sure you are desiring to know what we will be speaking about today.
Am I ever?
Our springboard is from a podcast that I was listening to this week. The podcast is Kathy Heller's podcast. Kathy Heller presents Don't Keep Your Day Job. And she was interviewing Terri Cole. So not our Terri Cole of cooking class fame, but Terri Cole with 2 R's of She's the Boundary Boss. That's the book that she's written. And the podcast is amazing. I'll ask KB to link it in the show notes. It's really good. I don't know if you're familiar with Terri Cole's work at all.
I think you've sent me a few of her podcasts and also maybe a link to one of her books. Would that be right?
Yes. And I think I probably sent you a link to the interview that Kathy Heller did with her last year.
Oh, this is hot. Yes,
because she talks about being a high functioning codependent. And I mean, when I would hear the term codependency, I would think, oh, well, that's not me because I'm not in relationship with an addict, or I'm not enabling them to, stick with their disease. But oh my word, I'm a high functioning codependent. If you are concerned with other people's human experience to the detriment of your own human experience, you are a high functioning codependent. So,
well, hands in the air. I'm a high functioning codependent.
Well, let me tell you,
I never thought I'd say that.
You're in excellent company, ma'am. Let me tell you. So, I mean, it's really fascinating. She tells a story about her sister, and her sister was just in this awful relationship, and Terri wanted to take care of, get her out of this relationship, go get her. And every time she tried to do something to help her sister would always go back. And, Terri would just be so upset. Why doesn't she appreciate what I'm doing? And in a therapy session, her therapist was telling her, it's like, you want her to get out of that situation because it's messing with your peace. You want peace in your life, and her living with that guy is wrecking your peace. And you actually don't know what she's supposed to learn. And you're actually like, that's not your human experience. You are to own.
It's actually not your business.
It's not your business.
So it's not your business.
Oh, so it's just such a process. But what she said that I would love to hear your thoughts of, and I'm going to try it for the next 7 days. It's a little bit of a challenge, as you would say, and I invite anyone listening to step into this challenge, and please let me know how it goes. But she says, stop the auto yes. So for 7 days, for the next 7 days, no one gets an instant answer to any request. Of course, that doesn't count minor children, but anybody else, anyone asks you anything, it's going to wait 24 hours before we.
I have a friend that does that.
Oh, what a gift.
She's been doing that for a long, long time, I think. But stop the auto yes. It's an incredible gift to be told that. Stop the auto yes.
Because we can take a minute, and we can, of course, not ignore a question for 24 hours, but just say, thank you for thinking of me.
And give me a moment.
Get back to you tomorrow with the answer. Even though you might already have your full body yes or your full body no or whatever. But sometimes we've talked about this before on the podcast. Let your yes be yes and your no be no, and save your, say no to good things and save your yeses for the best. But sometimes with the auto yes, can you pick this up at the store for me? Can you take me to the airport? And you think yes. And then for the next days leading up to the airport drive, you're just irritated because you don't want to do that. But the auto yes committed you to something that you don't want to do.
So interesting that you should say this, Wendy, particularly in light of what I just read to you before we started recording.
Yes.
How interesting is it?
Isn't it? I'm telling you, my synchronicity journal I'm on to journal number 2, and I've only been keeping it for 2 weeks.
Yeah. I am going to reiterate what I just said to you before we started recording.
Please.
I won't read all of it, but I'm going to read the bits that are relevant to what you just said about auto yes. Let me see if I can just quickly find it, because I just can't believe that you. So I said to you that that I wanted someone to understand why I had said yes recently to some things.
Yes.
And that I didn't ever want that person to think that I said yes for attention or to manipulate.
Correct.
Right?
Yes.
And so I went back to something that this person had said to me last year or the year before.
We'll call her Eve.
We'll call her Eve. And she said that what she wanted was she wanted her children to know Bosque, to fall in love with the way that things are at Bosque. Right?
Yes. That's a good desire for your children. I want my child to
very
fall
good
in love
desire.
with Bosque.
Well, your child has been here for a month.
Yes.
And no doubt will come here for many other months. And she will fall in love and get to know the way of things here. She probably already knows the way of things here. But what I want to say to this person, and what I was telling you that I want to say to this person, is that when someone I love says something to me like that that she wants her children to feel when they're in Europe that there's a safe place, that there's a safe person, that there's a person they can trust, that there's a person that they can rely on. I take it incredibly seriously.
Yes.
That I take my relationship with those children of a friend extremely seriously, because their mother or their father or their godmother or whoever it was made it very clear to me that that was important to them.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
And that it's as simple as that, nothing more and nothing less. That when a friend says to me that that is something that is important to them, that I take it seriously. And, you know, I've got friends, lots of friends, and who have got, you know, young adult children who I adore. And I take that incredibly seriously. You know, I remember my girlfriend ringing me, and she rang me and said her son was doing not doing a star, she was doing a university
Exchange.
In Paris.
Oh, fun.
And, you know, she said, oh, do you think it would be okay? You know, I just think maybe he'd feel comfortable if he came out and watched the footy with Pete and had a barbecue with you or had a roast with you. Yes.
Of course.
Yes. Right. If a friend says to me that no matter whether the child wants it or not,
Correct.
if a friend says that to me, I will say yes every single time, because I would like to think that if I asked a friend to do something for one of my kids, that yes would be the answer.
Correct.
So, and I know we're talking about putting a stop to auto yes, but this is not auto yes. This is yes from the heart.
Yes.
This is the people that you love.
Right. And she does, and I should have mentioned that. The caveat is we have a VIP circle. Oh. The VIPs don't have to wait 24 hours to get the yes. But for the thing, and this is just for if you are saying yes to things that you actually don't want to do, this is a good practice to stop that, you know, just for the pattern interrupt. Because are you allowed to take time to think before you answer a question? Yes, you are. Are you allowed to simply not want to do some things? Yes, you are. Are you allowed to say no to a request? Does not delight you? Yes, you are. You are allowed to say no.
Let's take it a little bit further. Yes. Okay. Just today, a lady direct messaged me, said she was staying in Paris near the Luxembourg Gardens, but she was coming out to Rouen later this week. Would it be possible, you know, to brocante with me, to have lunch with me, to have a drink with me, to whatever with me? And you know what? I have had a lot of problems in my life and in the past with being an auto yes girl.
Correct.
As you know, we've discussed it a lot.
My favorite word. So yes.
And I do know. Yes. And so I wrote back and I said, I would suggest you do these restaurants while in Paris. I would suggest you do these things while you are in Rouen.
I would love both of those lists, by the way.
Sorry?
I would love both of those lists, by the way. We can link those lists in the show.
Yes, we will link them in the show notes. She then wrote back and she said, do you remember meeting me with so-and-so at a lunch that you had in Melbourne in 2020? And I said, yes, I do. I do remember. And I would love nothing more than to brocante with you, to shop with you, to have a lunch with you, to have a coffee with you. but I have been going since the 1st of March. What date did you and Amelia come here?
We came on the 2nd because you were at the St. James on the 1st.
That's right. So I said, I have been going since the 1st of March. I have not had one day off since the 1st of March. I'm really sorry, but I'm keeping the whole of August to myself.
Very good. You get to do whatever you want. And might I offer a suggestion? For the next person that asks you that and it doesn't feel aligned for your plan for August, share all that you shared, but omit, I'm sorry.
Oh, I know. I am a shocker when it comes to doing that. I write, I am sorry all the time. I don't know why I apologize so much.
I must also, because I'm noticing Amelia says, I'm sorry all the time. And I'm like, oh, hold the phone. Okay. I mean,
you don't need to be sorry. You don't know. You do not need to be sorry, beautiful little 7-year-old Amelia.
Unicorn, fabulous queen who is a total mirror of everything good and everything that needs more work in me.
Yep.
I love that she showed me something in both of us that we can give attention to.
Yeah. Yes, you can both work on it because neither of you need to be sorry. And I don't need to be sorry either. I was actually pulled up about it the other day by a fairly new friend who I met in Melbourne. Oh, I'll say who it is. Vanessa, it's you. She pulled me up and she said, she calls me Jane Austen.
Oh, cute.
And she said, listen here, Ms. Austen, stop apologizing.
Mic drop. End of story. Yes.
Stop apologizing. She said, you've got nothing to apologize for. Just stop.
Right.
And it was said in such a cute way. I mean, I will never forget her saying that to me.
Right. So
you're always apologizing. And the girl that introduced Vanessa and I, Mish, who's a very old friend, I think Mish and I have known each other for about maybe 17 years now.
Oh, gorgeous.
She tells me to stop apologizing too. She said, that was all good, Jane, but can you just take out the I'm so sorry? Because you don't need to be so sorry. Forget it.
We can have a double challenge for the next 7 days. We can
forget the I'm so sorry and forget the
auto
Pete just popped his little nose through the door. Wendy says hello, Pete.
We can omit the apology. Oh, hi, Pete. We can omit the apology and we can omit the instant yes. Stop
omit the apology and omit the instant yes.
Right?
I love it.
That is that is a short podcast and a tall order for the next 7 days.
And a tall order, but one that I think we all need to really think hard about and just pause. I have another girlfriend who is the best pauser I've ever come across in all my life. She does that.
That was a pregnant pause. Oh my word.
And let me tell you, it is so effective.
Isn't it? It's riveting. It's magnetizing.
Isn't it?
Yes. It makes me want to have something better to say because that person is such a good listener.
That is exactly what she does. So you'll be having a conversation and you'll say something and then all of a sudden, and then you might say, And whatever comes out of her mouth after that pregnant pause, you listen.
Right? That is not my gift. That
It's
is
not mine either,
unbelievable.
but it's something that I know I find incredibly magnetic.
Yes. I have a
Um,
person in my life that does that in a way that makes me want to be more intentional about what I say, because I experience a feeling of being seen, heard, known, and loved in
mm,
every single interaction with this woman.
mm,
And I've been dear friends with her for 22 years. I've
mm.
saved every single birthday card she's ever written me. I treasure, she does have a doctorate in communications. So she knows her stuff. That was all money well spent.
Well, let me tell you, mine does not have a doctorate in communication. She just is pure communication.
My friend, like, took the course of study that was right in her wheelhouse. So yes, that is beautiful. So I am going to tell her about my 7-day challenge, and I'm
Yes.
going to ask her if she has any tips for me to help me with the pregnant pause, to help me do not be in the auto yes. And the auto yes is what I'm taking a mindful break from. I'm not taking a break from saying yes. I still completely believe if it's a full body yes, it's a full body yes. And I'm the girl, like, I hear it. I'm like, yes, I'm doing that. No, I'm not doing that. Thank you so much. Good luck in your search, whatever.
Yeah.
But I think no one's going to be injured if I take a pause. So I'm going to do it too.
Fantastic. It's funny because I was walking along in the back streets of Rouen this morning after saying yes to someone.
Yes.
And thinking to myself, I said yes to this because this was an easy yes and I could fix this.
Right.
And if I can say yes to someone and fix something and make someone's life easier, I will.
I'm going to pause on that, because what we talked about last week about fixing things that aren't our job to fix.
Not our job to fix, but when it's an easy fix, and it's not an easy fix for the person you say yes to.
100%.
I'm 100% there.
Yes.
Because if I can be a fixer occasionally, I will be a fixer.
Right. Right. For example, I'm reminded of a quick yes that I said this morning that fixed something, and that was to pick up one of Amelia's friends from Vacation Bible School.
Exactly.
Which I have to leave in 3 minutes, in which to honor that obligation.
That is a good time for us to end this podcast. What are your takeaways, my friend?
I really am going to be thinking about the pregnant pause. I'm going to be thinking about that figuratively in how I take time to answer questions and requests in the next 7 days, but also just in my conversations when the subject matter requires more attention. I want to not just come in with my energy and I'm happy and yes, we can fix this and yes, you can do it and yes, but to really be present. I think a pregnant pause will give me the space to really be present for the other person.
Moi aussi. So I'm going to quit the apology and I'm going to quit the quick answer. I'm going to quit the quick email. I'm going to quit the quick rhetoric because I can be very quick to answer. And sometimes when I'm quick to answer, my true meaning of what I'm wanting to get forward is lost.
Oh, that's insightful.
So
Now I feel like we're playing that staring game. KB, you cannot edit all of the pauses.
Do not edit.
Purposeful.
KB, do not edit any of the pregnant pauses, because I have just realized in this instant with Wendy how important the pregnant pauses are. Oh my gosh, they're magical.
Magic. That's a superpower right there. Oh man.
Well, my friend, I look forward to speaking to you next week.
I'll be sure to schedule a longer time, since there will be less talking and more pausing.
Oh my gosh, I love it. I actually love it.
Right?
Okay.
Thank you so much, my friend.
Give my love to Amelia.
I will give my love to everyone in your house as well. I
will. We've got lots of masculine presence here at the moment. We've got Pete, we've got Lockie, one of Lockie's oldest friends, Alex, who's just adorable, just picked me up and said, I'm so happy because I'm with you. Such a beautiful kid, young man. They're 30 years old. And we've got his gorgeous girlfriend, Beck, here as well. And then we've got this lovely young man called Will that I just picked up at St. Lazare yesterday afternoon. And his older brother, Jamie, was with us about 4 years ago. And his mum is this adorable woman that runs these homeware stores in Bowral in New South Wales. And so we've got lots of masculine presence in the house at the moment.
Wow, that explains the barbecue tonight.
That's the barbecue.
More than salad.
Yes. Lots and lots of salad and barbecues. And me putting on pretty shirts so that I look a little bit feminine amongst all the masculinity.
I love it. Well, long may you reign, Queen.
You too, my friend. Just can't wait to see you next week.
I can't wait either. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Toodaloo.